Well, co-sleeping can be a controversial issue for parents. Now, we've brought you stories before about children who were hurt or even killed because they were sleeping in a bed with an adult. Now, it turns out sleeping in an adult bed is one of the biggest risk factors for babies out there. So 8 on Your Side has some answers when it comes to safe sleep, especially this summer. Paula Scott joins us now. She's with the Children's Board of Hillsborough County and the Prevent Needless Deaths campaign. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Very important topic, especially for the new parents out there, because you don't get a handbook when you have a baby. You don't really know all the things you're supposed to do. And if you're sleep deprived and your baby wakes up in the middle of the night, you just want it to go back to sleep. So you'll do anything you can. But tell us about, especially for the summertime, what's important to know about safe sleep?
So summertime is peak travel time for families, and one of the things we want to urge is for parents to make sure that when the child's not sleeping in their home, that they have made arrangements for a safe sleep environment for the infant. So if they're staying with grandma or a friend or caregiver, 2 things should be happening. They need to have an educational conversation with that caregiver to make sure that they're providing a safe sleep environment, and then also provide them with some sort of pack and play or an alternative to an adult bed or somewhere else where they could get into danger.
That's a good point. People like to travel, they're in hotels. I mean, just think about the options. Think ahead before you do these things.
Absolutely.
Right. How about for those new parents, though, no matter what time of year it is, what are the things they really need to remember?
So I think it's important to stress the fact that otherwise healthy, happy babies are dying in adult beds more than anywhere else. So in fact, the risk factor goes up by 40% if they're sleeping in an adult bed with adults as opposed to sleeping in their own crib. So the #1 cause of death is co-sleeping for healthy, happy infants.
Wow. That can be tragic because we have covered those stories and we hate covering those, so hopefully we don't have to do many of those anymore.
Yes.
But through the years now, this is another one that got me, is the crib rules, because there's so many and you read so many different things. Well, should your infant sleep in a crib? Should it have the bumpers? Should it have a blanket? Keep the blankets out. Keep the, all the stuffed animals out. What are the rules to using a crib with an infant?
So I think the best way to remember it is the ABCs of safe sleep. So infants should be alone, on their backs, and in a crib. And exactly what you said, take out that bumper pad. They don't need a blanket.
Right.
They don't need stuffed animals in there. When they're very little, they don't have that neck control to move away from a hazard that could suffocate them. So just literally the baby on a firm mattress with a tight fitted sheet is all you need, and the baby will sleep just fine.
And you can get one of the side, is it a bassinet on the side of the bed? Are those good to use or not recommended?
There's a lot of different options. There's the side sleepers, which also keep them in a safe environment. There's bassinets. You can have the pack and play in the bedroom as well, so that you're still attentive to that infant when they're very young, but that you can make sure that you're not putting them in danger in terms of putting them in a bed with a parent.
But when you can get them into their own crib in their own room, that's a good thing.
That
it's their own time,
you know you've
their own
made
space,
it.
And then you wait for the teething to happen, right? Which I'm going through now. I can tell you it's not fun at 4 in the morning, but this is some great stuff. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Some important